U is for under authority. Do you struggle with this? Do you struggle to come under authority? There are many people, including myself, who just don't like being told what to do. But I have to say, for me, it really depends on who's telling me. It really depends on their heart. It depends on their communication. It depends on how the message is delivered or how the request is made. That makes a big difference for me. And the great thing about God is that he's an all-loving, gentle, forgiving God. But he's also not to be messed with. And I learnt the hard way that when God puts in a request, he is the ultimate authority. And he put in a request and I can run from it. Like Jonah, I can run from it in the other direction. He'll always bring me back to it. So how do you cope with authority? If you really hate being told what to do or suggestions being made, I'd like you to consider what that will look like for you in a relationship. Do you then have to be the one that makes all the suggestions? Do you have to be in control of everything? Do you struggle if someone makes a suggestion or makes a demand even? Even the unspoken, those things that may be expected of you that aren't even spoken out loud, but you may resist. I remember in my very early days as a Christian, there was a couple who were very young actually, and I had mixed feelings actually when they told me that they'd been dating for a while and they were preparing to get married, and I thought, how old are you? Because that wasn't what I'd seen around me. People tended to get married more into their sort of, middle to late 20s and early 30s, and these guys were in their very early 20s. But I remember having a conversation with the female and her saying, and she was a real character, she's just fun to be around and had a real kind of uniqueness to her, just made you laugh all the time. But I remember her saying, I will not be cooking, cleaning, and I definitely will not be doing no ironing. And I remember thinking, but you're about to get married. And this is not me saying that as the woman you should be doing those things. This is me saying with that attitude towards your husband and yourself, if you're refusing to cook, clean and iron, are you expecting your husband to do all of that? Is that the agreement that you have? Shouldn't it be shared? Shouldn't there be a sort of joint contribution? And I remember being puzzled by her approach to the whole thing. And it really saddens me to say that they ended up divorced. I don't know if it was purely because of her attitude towards the whole thing. I don't know if they were too young. I don't think so, because there are many successful marriages where people have got married young, you know. But I remember, I can picture it to this day. Her whole countenance, her whole attitude towards the whole thing was very sort of dismissive and negative, and I'm not doing that. And I thought, well, why are you doing this? Why are you getting married? You know? And so that's why I question, how do you cope with authority? And do you need to do some work in that area before you can step into a relationship where there are going to be constant suggestions, potential demands, definitely expectations, not just from the person you're marrying, but also children if you have them. Especially newborn children, they demand your attention 24/7. How will you cope with that?